Hey there, guys. Alright, today we are back with some more overly sarcastic productions. This time we're on to Miscellaneous Myths, The Five Sons. I do plan on starting my reactions to the Trope Talks series. I was going to do it this weekend when I am recording this, but I got sick. So, to save my voice as best as possible, and also I want to make it I will probably have lots of things to say, especially in the dragons trope talks, because I fucking love dragons. So I don't want to ruin my voice. So yeah, gonna hold off on that. It's gonna probably be a week or so, and then we'll start the trope talks series. But yeah, today gonna be the Five Sons. Before we dive in, though, make sure you go and check out the description box below and join the Discord. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in.
I don't think we appreciate the sun enough. And I say this as someone who gets sunburns from Hubble pics and people with unusually shiny teeth. I have every reason to hate the sun. But really, I think we take it for granted these days. Ever since we figured out that solar eclipses didn't mean the sun was literally getting eaten by a giant snake, we've kind of stopped worrying about it. And I think that's a shame, because some of my absolute favorite myths are about what happens when the sun stops working. But while many myth of
Heracles who fired arrows at Helios. Whoa.
Have designated sun gods and or the occasional myth where the
Amaterasu lured from her self-imposed exile. Okay, so we've seen those two
sun
stories.
Is threatened but ultimately saved. I think the Aztec creation myth has my favorite take on the subject. So let's take a look at what history's most notoriously bloody mythos has to say on the subject of suns.
The Aztecs have the bloodiest mythos? Dang. They're challenging the Greeks for it? Amateotl, dual deity or pair of gods. Those names, fertility god and fertility goddess.
Aztec creation myth begins when Ometeotl, a primordial dual god that may or may not have ever actually been worshipped, spontaneously creates himself and promptly spoots out four gods to start filling out the pantheon. These four gods are associated with the cardinal directions as well as the colors white, blue, red, and black. They're sometimes referred to as the four Tezcatlipocas, which is a bit confusing because only one of them is actually named Tezcatlipoca. The other three are Xipetotec and two more familiar Aztec deities, Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli. Quetzalcoatl, the white Tezcatlipoca,
God of the West, wind, rain, assorted weather, knowledge, learning, creativity, the arts, etc. The feathered serpent is found in basically every ancient Mesoamerican belief system. His antiquity might account for the many, many versions of his origin story. Big ol' snake. Look at that snake.
Poca is the god of the winds, the west, knowledge, learning, art, and the planet Venus. His name means feathered serpent, which is usually how he's represented in the art. Huitzilopochtli, the blue Tezcatlipoca,
God of the South, war, human sacrifice, patron god of Tenochtitlan. The Aztecs worshipped him as their primary god, but prior to the formation of the empire, he was rather more minor. Wields the fire serpent Xiaquatl as a weapon.
Lipoca is the god of the south, along with war and human sacrifice, and his name means hummingbird of the south. Xipetotec, the red
god of the east, agriculture and war, specifically war as connected with agricultural renewal and farming. Plays himself to give food to humanity, similar to maize seeds losing their skin before germination. Invented war. Also associated with plagues, sickness, and eye infections. Very specific there. Without his skin, he resembles a golden god.
Red Tezcatlipoca is the god of the east, along with agriculture, farming, springtime, and disease, with his name meaning our Lord the Flayed One, which might be why he's red. Anyway, rounding out our
God of the north, night sky, winds, hurricanes, obsidian, enmity, discord, war, jaguars, sorcery, etc. That's a lot. Has a ton of epithet, including those are names. Possessor of the sky and earth. Tecocatl, enemy of both sides. I cannot speak Aztec. Lord of the near and nigh. Ooh, I like that. Lord of the near and nigh. That's fucking badass.
Roster is Tezcatlipoca, redundantly called the Black Tezcatlipoca, who's the god of the night sky, hurricanes, obsidian, chaos, conflict, and jaguars. His name means smoking mirror, which is cool as hell. So these four gods do.
I'm telling you, we need more big cats. Only if they stop eating all my humans.
Gods do best and start trying to make stuff. But the problem is, right now the universe is just this big empty void hovering over primordial ocean that's home to Cipactli, a giant monster crocodile eldritch abomination thing with big ol' crocodile mouths on every joint of its body. I'm picturing a Jacob's ladder made of nightmares. And whenever they make anything, it falls into the ocean and Cipactli eats it. So Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl come up with a plan that'll kill two birds with one stone. Tezcatlipoca lures
Hey, that name. If you are looking for a snack, I'm your best and only option.
Cipactli to the surface, incidentally losing a leg in the process, and the four gods catch and kill it, then repurpose its nightmare bear trap body into the land. However, Cipactli is only kinda dead, so in order to keep it happy, the gods promise it regular
Stop that. We'll feed you.
blood sacrifices so it won't eat their stuff anymore. So yeah, in the Aztec
Yo, I'm digging this creation myth here. We're standing on the skin of a dead eldritch beast and our flesh feeds its hunger to satiate it, so that it doesn't just kill us all.
cosmology, the Earth itself is a starving primeval monster that wants nothing more than to eat everything at all times. Let's file that under yikes and move on. So now they've got some land to work with, and the gods get to work making a bunch more gods, plus some humans, although these humans are giant for some reason. Anyway, that's all cool and stuff, but this new world is missing something. It needs a sun. So Tezcatlipoca decides to give it a shot. He becomes the sun, but for some reason, either due to the loss of his leg or the fact that he's a god of the night, he can only manage half a sun. But that works fine, and things go alright for a while. But over time, Tezcatlipoca
Personally, I think that midichlorians deepen the lore in a compelling way. You take that back. Never. I like midichlorians. Kinda. I mean, in Star Wars, I think everyone has midichlorians. It's just that not everyone is capable of using them to access the Force. Fuck. I'm rusty on it.
develops a bit of a rivalry with Quetzalcoatl, and one day, Quetzalcoatl whacks him out of the
Wham! You were my brother!
sky with a big stone club for some reason. Tezcatlipoca takes this so badly that he calls down a rain of
Meow!
jaguars to eat everybody, and that's how the first world ends. So, with humanity extinct and Tezcatlipoca thoroughly unfit for duty, Quetzalcoatl steps up to the plate and becomes the second son, after the gods whip up some new humans. Smaller this time, probably so they leave less of a mess. Now, Quetzalcoatl loves these
Aw, aren't they cute? I guess, I mean, if you're not into cats.
new humans, but over time they stop being quite as respectful
That's less cute. Oh, that's a new obscene gesture. I'm gonna use that.
to the gods as maybe they could be, and they maybe start taking them a little for granted. And who should take offense to this but Tezcatlipoca, who punishes the wayward humans by
Tezcatlipoca? More like Tezcatlipoca Loca. Wait, Poco Loca.
transforming them all into monkeys. Quetzalcoatl is so upset
You ruined them. Nah, I showed them.
about the loss of his humans that he blows all the monkeys off the face of the earth and goes home to
Sucks,
sulk.
I'm going
time
home.
for son number 3, I guess. Quetzalcoatl makes some more humans, and Tlaloc, a rain god, becomes the third son.
Supreme rain god associated with mountains, caves, and storms.
And he does a pretty good job for a while, until Tezcatlipoca
Hey man, you're not too invested in this marriage, right?
seduces Tlaloc's wife, the fertility goddess Xochiquetzal, and Tlaloc gets so upset that he refuses to let it rain at all. After a while, the desperate prayers of humanity start getting on his nerves, so Tlaloc is like, "Oh, you want rain? I'll give you rain!" And then sets off a rain of fire, burning the entire world to the ground and wiping out everything again.
Oh.
No, that's not what they were asking for. Come on, man. Well, Tlaloc steps down
So I might have overreacted. Oh, it's okay. She of the jade skirt. Goddess of rivers, streams, storms, fertility, childbirth, seen as a life and death
as
god.
the sun and remarries, this time to the water goddess Xalchutlique, who also steps up to become the fourth son. Now, Xalchutlique is a
Hi everyone, who wants a little rain?
total sweetheart and dotes on her new humans, but here, take a guess who screws this up. Yep, our old buddy Tezcatlipoca
Ugh, look at them adulating. Bet that makes the cheerful act worth.
accuses Xalchutlique of being a total poser who's only pretending to like those humans so they worship her. This cutting accusation
No, really, it's impressive. I'm a terrible liar. I could never keep that up for long.
is so hurtful that Xalchutlique cries blood for 52 years and drowns everybody. But at this point, Quetzalcoatl is getting real
That is
sick
it.
of having to build new humans every few years, so instead of starting from scratch, he stomps down to the underworld, steals the bones of all those dead humans from the underworld god Mictlantecuhtli, and stomps right back up again. But
Crumble,
not
crumble.
before he trips, falls in a hole, and breaks all the bones. Don't worry, it doesn't do anything bad, but this is used to explain why people come in different heights now. Anyway, Quetzalcoatl dips the bones in his blood, and the humans all come back to life, and enter the world of the fifth and current son, staffed by Huitzilopochtli. And while according to the mythos he hasn't screwed up yet, he's in constant conflict with the moon coil
Your time has come, brother! Don't make me find a way to dismember you again.
Xalqui and the stars, who are also scary skeleton ladies called the Tzitzimime. The Aztecs believed that the world of the fifth sun would end in a catastrophic earthquake, so I guess, California, quit trying to fall into the ocean, and remember to pour one out for Cipactli once in a while. Blood sacrifices keep the
Got
planet
it.
from eating your feet. 1, someday.
Okay. Aztec mythology is so interesting because it's like the far end of the brutality bell curve while still basically making sense. Everything is so extreme and bloody, but in ways that sort of work. Zippototec, the skinless walking nightmare. Oh, but it's because of how corn works, okay? Practically, the living earth is constantly starving and furious, which is probably how we explain earthquakes and stuff, so maybe if we feed it, those will stop. Quetzalcoatl checks out the window to make sure the sun still exists, and quietly adds another mark to his days since Tetzalcoatl murdered everybody tally. And that was Miscellaneous Myths, the Five Sons. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. This was a really entertaining mythology video. And yeah, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.